Welcome back to the channel, friends. Today we're rocking and rolling with some more PokéPath TD, an excellent Pokemon-style tower defense game that is, seemingly taking the indie game world by storm. Now, if you want to check it out for yourself, you can certainly do so. It's available on itch.io. I will have a link in the video description below. It is free to download and play, so jump on the bandwagon if you like. This game's a whole lot of fun. One of the most entertaining elements of this game is, of course, the ability to idle it, right? Leave it on overnight and get a very, very large bankroll. Well, that's exactly what we have here today, my friends. If you look in the top left corner, we have $2 million to play around with. So today's episode is going to begin with a spending spree, right? We're going to get some new Pokemon. We're going to upgrade existing Pokemon and also look for some new items. Definitely let me know which items and Pokemon I should consider in the comment section below. Then the ultimate goal will be to get to and defeat the 1-1 boss. We'll see if we can do it. Let's go. All right, so taking a quick look at the team on the left here. And you guys were awesome in my last video. You recommended that I check out Spinda. Well, I took a look, and this guy is absolutely insane. You were totally right. So check out Spinda here. He's got low power, yes, but he attacks effectively 5 times per second, which is absolutely insane. And he's got a range of 301, which is the greatest range on the team. Now, his shape is circle, he can go in field and mountain, and his targeting is locked in at random. So own tempo means he has trouble focusing, he's going to target random foes, but with range and super fast attack speed. It's absolutely insane, so I think what I want to do is let's go in on double Spinda here today, and just see how strong it is, right? We've got $2 million to play with, we can power level him. Let's see if we can get a really, really strong double Spinda build. Absolutely. So, first and foremost, we have a level 1 Spinda here. I'm going to power level this Spinda, and let's see how strong he becomes. I mean, he's got to be probably equivalent with Ditto, I think. So let's go ahead and let's just power him. So 51 there, we got, tons of money left. Let's get another 10 levels, absolutely. Now it's 476k, I mean, that's a really, really steep sum. But now he's hitting for 62. His crit does increase, and most importantly, his range increases, which is, I mean, that's crazy, man. Like, that's crazy. The amount of coverage, absolutely insane. So we have really good coverage with this team, with our 2 Spindas now, and then, of course, Whiscash anchoring the middle. Now, Sunflora, I am a huge fan of Sunflora, and the more you level it up, the greater its range gets. It would be nice if maybe Sunflora can occupy this spot, and maybe even get the aura large enough to support Whiscash as well. I guess we'll have to find out. Let's dump 10 levels into her, Sunflora. So up to level 70 now. And it looks like maybe this spot is, yeah, it is powered up. Nice. Not bad at all. And it's going to cost basically $1 million to get another 10 levels. I mean, does it get up to Whiscash? Because if it does, I kind of want to do it. And then maybe spend the rest on just additional Pokemon. However, we do have some deficiencies in the team. I mean, Whiscash could use some love. So I think you probably get him 10 level ups. Honchkrow, it's the best frisking Pokemon that we have currently, so we probably need to get him a little love, and now we have 870k. And of course, I'll leave this on overnight, and in the next episode, we'll just jump right on in with more bankroll, probably have more than 2 million this time around. Definitely, I think Ditto's a pretty important one. I mean, he's a long-term solution. So why don't we go ahead and let's get him 10 level ups, and then let's spend the rest on Pokemon. And you guys will have to let me know which ones you have found are strong. Let me know in the comment section below. All right, we got Chikorita, obviously a starter. So probably pretty strong. We got Sableye, okay. We got Cast Form. In fact, let me see. So Sceptile and Charizard could both use maybe like 5 levels. I guess we don't really have the cash for that, do we? Let's get like 2 levels for each of them, and then spend the rest on Pokemon. All right, Lapras. All right, that's a really good one. Girafarig. And that's about it. That's all she wrote for the bankroll. Right, $2 million does indeed go fast. All right, so let's take a look. So Chikorita. What do we know about you, Chikorita? Heal. Attacks have a small chance of restoring 1 heart. Interesting. So if you want to go in on a healing build, Chikorita is certainly a solution. You can use a Clefairy as well. Lapras, what do we know about you, man? Let's take a look at Lapras. So, stun. The attacks have a 30% chance of paralyzing the target. Wow, paralyzing. Attacks really, really slow, but not a bad anchor in the water. Looks like it can be applied to the field as well. Area stun. That's kind of what Whiscash is doing currently. I mean, it's not stun, he's slowing, but he's still pretty good. Alright, so suddenly I'm really liking this team, and I'm really curious to see how the Spinda and the Dittoed Spinda work together. Let's go ahead and go. We are at wave 76. I think it's wave 100, but I guess we're going to find out. And then, of course, if we can manage to defeat the boss, we can always transition to another map as well. Looks like we got Route 3-1 open. Lots of grass there. No water, but lots of grass. Let's go. Alright, so get a load of these Spinda. Let's see what they do. This is the first time I've ever seen one. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. It's a turret, man. Absolutely insane. Okay. Okay. I'm loving it. The double Spinda build. Although we are, of course, leaking, I think the DPS needs to get just a little bit higher for sure. But wow, it's like a minigun. Absolutely crazy. Let's keep going. Throw it on auto this time. I mean, Spinda, game changer. Absolute game changer, man. You just want to boost the attack power, obviously, right? That's what you want to do. I mean, it's so enjoyable. Wow. Yeah, you guys are right about Spinda, man. My goodness. That's some crazy stuff right there. Alright, Spinda. Unleash your fury. Yeah, if we can get like the crit rate up or just the power up overall, I think Spinda is a great solution. And having two of them is fantastic, man. Alright, Delibirds. These guys are worth a lot of cash. We've got Soul Rock and Lunatone coming in. Soul Rock with a whopping 13,000 HP. Not a problem at all. We got the Quick Dodrio. Alright, Wizcash. Need you here, man. Got 60 of them. Pulse them down, that's right. Not bad at all, man. Spinda. I'm a fan. Immediate fan. Absolutely. Alright, more Dodrio and Weeping Bell. Not really concerned about this wave. Chansey and Lunatone. Also not really a concern. Okay, I'm gonna take it off auto because I want to check my my presets here. Got a Soul Rock and more Chansey. Not a problem at all. In fact, Sceptile with them crits. Double power. Absolutely fantastic. And wave 85 comes quickly. Okay, so I want to utilize our Sunflora the best, right? In fact, if Sunflora... Let me just see something. Sunflora is right here. Yeah, we can get all of these zones. So that is certainly what we want to do. So let's throw a Spinda right here. And then, of course, we can get another one down here. Probably on, like, the second preset. So let's go ahead and save this as the number 1 preset. Then let's load up number 2. Rotate these real quick. Got my champ there getting powered up. Go ahead and save this as number 2. And then number 3. So Sunflora, throw you right there. Here we go. Bunch of heavy hitters. Looks good. Save it as 3. And let's keep going. Alright, Soul Rock, Lunatone. Kind of more of the same. My best progress is... We lost on wave 94. And I did that during my last live stream. I also posted the VOD on it. Featuring Ditto in the thumbnail. A shadowy Ditto, of course. I mean, just a game changer, man. Ditto is so good. So let's see if we can do it, man. Like I said, I'm not sure if wave 100 is the mark for the boss. But let's get there. And then I'm also working toward, 320 overall stars to get yet another Pokemon slot. Yeah, Spinda's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. And I kind of like that it targets randomly. Although it'd be nice if it could just focus a little bit, maybe. Maybe there's an item that works with Spinda, specifically, that allows him to focus. Maybe. There are such items for, like, Abra, Kadabra, and Alakazam, of course. Right, Wave 88. So now we're going to start seeing some heavily armored foes, including a collection of Geodude, Nosepass, Graveler, Solrock, and Lunatone. So just lots of weights coming down the path here, but that's why you have Machamp. And a level 62 Machamp is absolutely insane. 1,155 power. It's crazy, and he does attack pretty fast too. So that's a really, really strong one. A revelation in a lot of ways. Sceptile is a good hitter. In fact, let's check the damage, right? Machamp with 39,000 damage. We got Kecleon, that's okay. We got Honchkrow coming in. Not a problem at all. The Kecleon. Gonna get destroyed. Little minigun blast by the Spinda. Yeah, Spinda is a revelation, man. Absolutely crazy. I'd like to see the DPS output. So I'll keep this little damage screen up for a while. I mean, just like dominating with long range. I feel like it's pretty impactful in this game. All right, wave 90. Here we go. What do we have? Okay, so now the Rhyhorns start showing up. These guys are pretty strong, man. But are they strong enough? Not yet, anyways. All right, let's go. Pulse them down. Nice job, Spinda. All right, Dodrio. Getting close. But it's not enough. Kecleon. Gonna find out. Gonna get wrecked. Not a problem at all. Wave 92. All right, now the Rhydons start showing up. These guys are super, super powered. All right, come on, boys. All right, not bad. Spinda's like part of the solution for taking out just a bunch of weaker, fast mobs. Absolutely. Like all these Golbats, right? Like, they're not super strong, 815 health, but it still takes several hits. So, Spinda's randomized attack pattern is actually kind of a benefit. That's more like the attack speed, the attack rate. Crazy, man. All right, let's go. Minigun, man. Zap him down. All right, can the back row do it? They can. Fantastic. All right, so wave 94. This is the wave that defeated me last time. And it looks like we're not going to do it, yeah. So that's an example of where the randomization really works against me, right? So it looks like we respawned at wave 2. Here's what I'll do. You probably don't want to see us run through another full gambit. So here's what I'll do. I'll just patch you back in once we're at wave like 85. We'll give it another shot. And then, of course, we can always move on to another zone. Maybe we're just not quite strong enough yet. Maybe doubling up on the Spinda is not the best strategy. We'll certainly have to see. We'll see when we get back, of course. So I'll be right back. All right, so we're coming up on wave 90 here, and let's see if we have a little bit more success. I did add some levels, right? We got a little bit of cash through that whole process. I empowered Spinda even further. We have 2 level 68 Spindas. So let's see how they do. In fact, so what I want to see is there any difference between these two Spindas? Obviously, you have the item, but... So 69 power, attack speed, crits, range 368. They're the same. Okay, cool. So Ditto does truly mirror the creature that it's transformed into. Now, let's see if we can have some better success and luck here. I mean, I really do. Like, we got to get past the 94th wave, man. We have to. Furthermore, Sceptile and Charizard to level 60 now. Looking pretty decent. But what's it going to take to just get over the hump, man? I mean, I've got some discovery, right? I want to see if wave 100 truly is the boss wave. All right, let's go, boys. All right, good job. And then, yeah, like I said, like, what's it going to take, right? What's it going to take? I think if we fail out here, I will go ahead and pivot to Route 3-1. We also have Route 2-2 available with water for Whiscash. That can help us grind up to 320. So we can certainly do that. Let's see. Wave 93 is not a problem. We can handle this. The units are lumbering and slow enough that we can handle it. But it's all about the big test, Wave 94. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to slow this down just a little bit. Just pay close attention to what's going on. Alright, the Dodrios get through. We have to stay in formation as long as possible. Alright, we got to transition. Yep. Not good. Not good enough. Alright, so let's go ahead and, speaking of transition, let's go ahead and let's jump to, let's go to Route 2-2. Looks like you can't do it in an active wave. We'll go ahead and take out this wave quick. And then we'll see if we can deploy our Spinda turrets in effective places to do great things for us on Route 2-2. Alright, let's jump. So, Whiscash. Alright, so my guess is they probably come from up here, maybe? Looks like we got 24 Wurmple coming. Okay. Well, let me try to understand where they're coming from first before I get fully deployed. Maybe go a Spinda there and a Spinda here. And let's just see where they're coming from first. Alright, right here. Got it. Okay. Well, let's see. Like, where's the best zone for Spinda? I mean, I think right there's a good spot, right? Definitely a good spot. Right here, where's the coverage like? I think getting 2 Spindas going is what it's all about. So let's throw them right there. Obviously, you need mountainous creatures in this one, and then grass creatures too. So Sceptile right here is good. Can Sunflora power up the Spinda? Not really. Range isn't great enough. But perhaps we can utilize some grass creatures here. That honestly, I'm kind of... With this current team, we don't really have a ton, do we? So it kind of begs the next question. I think Honchkrow right there is fine. And I do have Machamp. Not a great spot for him, is it? Charizard can at least light him up from right there if he's on the helm. Obviously, Spinda has incredible range. And maybe you go Machamp back here? I mean, it's not really a good map for Machamp, if I'm being honest. But we can run it for a while. There are stars, of course, to accumulate. Let's go Spinda right there. Got Sunflora powering up Whiscash and Sceptile. And that's probably about the best we can do with this current form. So let's go. Right, so we got Cascoon and Wurmple. I mean, Spinda. You guys were right on Spinda, man. Game changer. Really impressed. Alright, let's collect them stars, guys. Alright, Cascoon. Very armored. I mean, it looks like maybe this map is a little bit better for my team comp. Although it's hard to tell if these are mountains. They actually might be. But if I could get to 320, I'd be happy with that. And we're at 222, so if we can have some success here on Route 22, right, get another 50 stars, that's 270, and then some success on Route 31, you know, that's the 320 that we need. A new Pokemon entirely would be huge. Because I feel like we do have some serious deficiencies with Honchkrow. But you also need them in case you come across invisible enemies, right? So there's that aspect too. But yeah, Spindaman, just an absolute turret. So let's go ahead and let's save this as Formation 1 for this map. And then Formation 2 is obviously something like this, right? Yeah, not bad. Just completely pulsing them down. As soon as they spawn, I do feel like this game maybe needs like another turbo mode, right? Like where it goes just a little bit faster. But who knows, that might make the game just that much easier to break, right? Just leave it on overnight. Alright, we got Beautifly. Got the full Wurmple family here, huh? There's a Dustox. 915 health. Bronzor. Guy's not a big deal at all. I mean, it really is impressive. Like, the Spindas are doing good. I do think you can probably center a build around them. As long as you can get them in good places, right? Like that first map, I think, was a pretty good spot for them. On the back row there. Being able to cover, what, 3 lanes? But maybe if you allow them to focus fire early and often, maybe that's the best use for them. Right, Magneton and Loudred. I definitely want to find other Pokemon that attack super fast. It's a lot of fun to watch. So if you know of any that I should keep my eyes out for, do let me know. In fact, if you think about the roster, I mean, Cast Form multiplies its damage by 2 in tall grass, its speed in 2 by water, or in water more like, and its range by 2 in mountains. Interesting. Looks like it gets relatively powerful too. I mean, it multiplies, right? Like, that's pretty crazy. We got Torkoal here. Attacks really, really slow. Attacks have a 50% chance to burn the target for 10 seconds. So the same effect as Charizard. Looks like his attack speed comes down quite a bit if you level him up. Okay. Another one I am kind of curious about is Magikarp. I guess more likely Gyarados, right? There is a Magikarp specific item that increases range by 60. It's in the shop right now. We also have a Torkoal specific item as well. My Honchkrow doesn't have anything, neither does Sunflora. So maybe a pretty intelligent use of funds would be to get some more either random Pokemon or invest in these items so we can kind of see what's behind them. Attacks no longer restore hearts. The holder gains plus 50% damage and minus 50% recharge time. Oh, wow. That's actually pretty good. Especially given we got that Chikorita. This item allows strictly water Pokemon to be placed on field. That is, of course, Whiscash. Yeah, we'll take that, man. Increases damage dealt by 20%, but is reduced by 1% for each enemy hits, only for area Pokemon. That's an interesting one. But we just got a really key item for Whiscash, man. And then maybe I do go Chikorita. Because Chikorita heals, but a 50% power boost is crazy. I mean, you already attack pretty fast. Let's get it evolved. Alright, 120. Not bad. Meganium 348, 1.9. That's not bad either. The range kind of leaves a little bit to be desired, but having another grass type Pokemon, especially on this map, would be super valuable, right? Value add. So I'm trying to kind of structure my future Pokemon once we get that slot, right? I mean, plus 50% damage and minus 50% recharge time. I think you got yourself a real strong one. I mean, yeah, it's getting really, really strong. Kind of tempted to just throw it out there. I guess as long as we don't have an invisible one, we can move out Honchkrow. Why not? Let's add Meganium. All right, Meganium. Welcome to the field. Let's see what you got. I guess if Spindle lets ya intervene at all. Definitely need some more levels, that's for sure. 516 power, though. I wish I could see the adjusted stats. I don't think these are adjusted. But 50% more power, hitting for 516, I mean, that's in the 700s. And then a 50% quicker attack, that's like 0.9. So it is pretty quick. I mean, it could be... Meganium could end up being a staple. If I switch you two around. Alright, Machamp. You're gonna finally get some action here, pal. Good job. Alright, 16,000. I mean, it's hitting the same power of Sceptile. And 8 levels less. So, Meganium's fine. It's gonna be great until invisible units start showing up. It's all about the grind to 320 stars, man. And then I can throw Honchkrow back in so we have that coverage. Be nice to maybe find another, I guess, better Pokemon that can expose invisible enemies. And I've also got... You'll have to let me know your thoughts on Haunter and Gengar, of course. But I'm kind of compelled by Nightmare. You know, at the front of the formation. That's interesting to me as well. I mean, each stack deals damage equal to 20% of this Pokemon's power per second. I mean, if you get the power super high, that seems like a good kind of welcoming party, I suppose. Alright, we got Explode. Fully evolved form. Alright, Machamp. Pound him down. And you can see the Spinda just doesn't quite have the DPS. This is where you'd like Machamp, but he just doesn't have enough range to go on the helm. But so far, so good. A little bit of leakage here and there, but Machamp, at the very end, is a good solution. Drifloon. These Explouds have 5,000 HP, 5,700. That's a lot. Meganium, yeah. I mean, slots in well, right? In a featured spot. Trying to see the numbers that pop up for Meganium. Seemed like 930. I think it's 930 is what it's hitting for. That's quite a bit. Spin Dust, man. Just absolutely insane. It's a fun one to use. This game is like, it's deeper than maybe meets the eye, right? Like each map, you have to have a different team. Like not all maps are going to play to your Pokemon's strengths, right? Like in this one, you need a lot of grass and mountain types. There's literally no field. Or maybe if you had a really strong water team, that would be interesting too. But a Machamp anchor at the end is quite nice. It really is. I mean, we've yet to leak, right? In fact, to kind of guarantee more success, because once invisible units start showing up, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. So I think what I'll do is, let's save this as Formation 1. And then for Formation 2, I can pull out... I think Sunflower is adding a lot of value, man. 20%. Let's pull out Charizard. Let's remove him, and let's add in Honchkrow. Let's add Honchkrow right here for invisible units. Let's save this as Form 2. So now we can go between Charizard, right? And another like interesting thing we were talking about on the latest live stream was using Ditto with two different forms, right? So have one form that kind of welcomes them, and then another form that helps them find out at the end. I mean, that's another option. Ditto adds a lot of flexibility that I really do enjoy. It's good stuff. Given you can't get duplicates of Pokemon, at least I don't believe so, Ditto allows you to do that. You just can't equip items. Unless maybe there is a Ditto specific item. Maybe. Still looking for it, of course. But 267 stars. And we're looking good. Lots of tanky units. Spinda actually does a decent job. Meganium, though. How about that, man? Tons of damage. Tons of damage. Alright, Machamp. Need you here, buddy. Let's go, Machamp. Nice job. I mean, pretty even damage spread across the board, if we're being honest. Let's get Meganium another 5 levels. Yeah, that damage soars with that item, man. Items are certainly a game changer. They really are. Magnezone. Alright, Machamp. Nice job. Hey, Lickitung. Alright, so there you go with the Ninjask. Didn't get there in time. Gotta keep my eyes open for some Ninjask. Lickitung with 17,000 HP. My goodness, man. Slow and lumbering, but that's a lot of HP. Really makes me wonder what bosses are like in this game. Alright, Machamp. Pound him down. Good job. Need you here, Machamp. Come on now, buddy. Ah, man, you leaked. Good job, Machamp. In fact, Machamp, we need you to attack the first unit if you're going to anchor the end. Good job. Got more Lickitung. I think Spinda is a relatively good solution for Lickitung. Alright, Machamp. Need you, man. Okay, so that's where that one wraps up. But we managed to extract 53 stars. Not bad at all. So after this wave, let's go ahead and let's jump to... Let's go to Route 3-1. Looks like Route 1-3 will become available, hopefully, in this video. We'll certainly see. Let's jump to Route 3-1. Okay, so let's learn. Is that considered field then? Maybe it is. Okay, cool. So I think our team, at least as it's currently constructed, should do relatively well here. I mean, tons of flexibility. Whiscash is going to have to take a back seat. Unless I give him that item. Okay, so this is considered field. Well, I wonder where they come from. Maybe down here? Or maybe this way. Well, either way, let's go ahead and let's get our Sunflora out there. I mean, this seems to make a lot of sense. We'll go Spinda. I mean, just pile them around Spinda. Spinda can, or not Spinda, but Sunflora. Sunflora can almost buff up everybody, which is pretty crazy, actually. I mean, look at this. Everybody's getting empowered. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to assume they begin here. So I'll throw a Charizard right here to apply burn. That actually might be the end, maybe. And then we got the slowing effect of Whiscash. I guess, let's figure out where they're coming from. We got 6 Sentrets. Alright, so they do begin here. Okay. So to get the most value out of Sunflora, we have to backload it, right? Like, you would just have to. Because there's no other... I mean, Sunflora is in the ultimate spot for Sunflora. So let's go with like... Let's do like a Whiscash. I mean, he can hit this lane. I think it works pretty good. Whiscash right there. You bet. Let's throw it on auto and let's go. Let's grind up to 320. Come on, game. Ponyta. Always liked Ponyta. Rapidash. And of course, we don't have the ability to attack invisible units. But maybe we can get there. Ponyta, super, super fast. 1.8 speed. Swinub. I mean, it's all about the stars, man. Like, good stuff. Great stuff. Alright, Spearow. Alright, pulse him down here, boys. Let's keep going. Give me a 320. Combee. I think 320 is achievable. As long as we don't run across a bunch of invisible units. And let's see, form a champ. Let's move you back to attacking high armor. Whiscash is first, that is good. Alright, our grass types get involved. That's where our true power is, the grass types, man. But Charizard, applying those burns and just letting them run the full track, especially slower units, it's pretty effective. Especially when you can burn them all. I mean, look at them go, right? So you just stacked up, what? 16, 17,000 points of damage there. Got some more Combees. Not a big deal. Alright, 287. So we'll get Route 1-3 here next. And then you'll have to let me know what you want to see in the next video. Of course, we'll be coming in. I'll leave it on overnight. And we'll be coming in with a lot of income, of course, to spend. I think I would probably set my sights to Route 1-3. Looks like we have a combination of grass, maybe some water, and field. Some mountain as well. Lotad and Swinub. I think Meganium is a revelation, man. Absolutely. Really, really strong. Level 60 with the rest. 584 power. But in all actuality, it's more like 700... What, 60, 70 or so? And then about 1 attack per second. Alright, Snover. That's a pretty tanky one. Let's see if the formation holds up. I mean, you'll have to let me know, like, who on this team of 8, who's adding the most value? I think it's probably Spinda. It probably is. It probably is. But that's obviously the Pokemon that you'd want to transform with Ditto, right? So that's why we currently have it set up the way it's set up. But if you think I'm missing something, or maybe I should consider transforming Ditto into another creature that we have, do let me know. Very, very good. Lots of DPS. Lots of DPS at the back end of our formation there. Yeah, Ponyta's just getting wrecked. Sentret Getting wrecked. Got more Spearow. Spearow probably shouldn't be this strong, but they are. Must be level 99. That's right, Spearow. More of the same, but we're 4 away from a new map and 24 away from a new Pokemon slot, which is big time. All right, very, very good, guys. Let's keep going. Great DPS at the end of the formation there, man. Great DPS. All right, 297. $298. All right, not bad at all, guys. All right, 299. Let's get to that 300 mark. It's a big mark to get to. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Machine gun fire. All right, so 300. There we go. So Route 13 is available. All right, not bad. Rapidash now. 1.8 speed. Very, very quick and a lot more tanky. Not a problem, though. Nice, we got Delibird in this. These guys are worth a lot of gold. They have a crazy 4 speed, but worth a lot of gold. Obviously, we're after the gold here. Absolutely. Lombre. And 302. Just need 18 more. Now 17. As long as invisible units don't start showing up, I think we can probably secure this. And then hopefully, with our bankroll, in the next episode, if you want to see it, of course, do let me know. We can focus our attention to Route 13, but then also look at Route 11, because we're almost to the boss. At least I think we're almost to the boss. Well, let's see. Total level is 9,000. Highest level, 70 of 100. That's the physical level of the Pokemon. Stars earned 900. So there's 900 total stars. There's 900 total stars and only 9 levels. That means 100 is indeed the cap. All right, so we're really, really close on Route 1 of 1. I wanted to maybe get there in this particular episode, but I mean, we tried a few times. Just fell short. This game forgives you like that, though, of course. So we'll have to retool. We'll have to re-up the old bankroll and get back at it in the next episode. But let's get that final, or the 7th slot unlocked. Or excuse me, 9th slot unlocked. Not 7th. 9th. And then we'll be able to jump on in. The next episode swinging. Absolutely. Okay, so here you go. You have Zoroark. Invisible. Looks like Whiscash. I mean, he can sometimes expose him with his splash damage. Right, 50 Spearow now. Doesn't get much more basic than that, I suppose. Right, not bad at all. Need 12 more. So let's get it. Do I want to buy any of these items? I mean, if we ever get a Magikarp or Gyarados, you probably want that, right? I mean, increase range by 60, that's not an insignificant amount. He does bust armor too. Maybe on some maps a better armor breaker solution than a Machamp on some maps. Contains a random Pokemon. To recovering a heart, the Pokemon holding this item will have its recharge speed reduced by 50% for the rest of the wave. Increases the burn duration. I think what we'll do is, once we get to 320, I'll spend whatever cash I have remaining on some more Pokemon. And like I said, if you guys see any Pokemon in this roster that you think I should consider, do let me know. I'll sort them by level. There's some that we've used a little bit here and there. Others that, of course, we have not yet. But I'm really impressed by our back-end DPS output, man. Like, Sceptile is very, very good. Meganium is a great addition to the team. And then Sunflora just adds, oh, so much value. So you might be wondering, like, so what am I thinking about this 9th slot? Like, who am I going to add in? I'm kind of like, honestly, I'm looking at Haunter. I think Marowak's got some crazy range, but it's in the cross shape, right? So, not going to be great on all maps. But that would be a compelling one, I suppose. But yeah, Haunter up to Gengar seems interesting to me. And obviously, you do need somebody to expose invisible units, like Honchkrow. He's already level 60. He would probably be like the natural add, I suppose. But invisible units don't really seem to show up too often. Seems like there's a few of them here and there on each map. And that's about it. I suppose if you knew exactly when they were going to come, you could be ready for it. Delibirds, yeah. I'll take those guys. Absolutely. Man, Spinda. Just crazy, though. This is definitely the episode of Spinda, man. Definitely is. I like the skill set. I like the way they made Spinda unique in that he can only target at random, but has crazy stats. Well, crazy attack speed and range. It's a fun unit to use. Then definitely part of the solution, man. It's fun having two of them. It's a lot of fun having two of them. Right, 316. We're almost there. We are almost there. Right, 317. More Spearow, more Ponyta, and Rapidash. All right. Got a little tight there for a moment. Not a problem. In the end. Kind of more of the same. Wave 47, 318 is our sum. We're almost there, man. Almost locked into 320. All right, not bad. $319, 320 wave. Not really threatened by it at all. Let's go ahead and click that auto button so we can wrap this thing up. With a 9th slot unlocked. This is good. It gives me a lot more flexibility, obviously, right? You have a whole new slot. Lots of potential there. Lots of potential. So there we go. We got it. So I think for now we'll add in Haunch Crow. Throw him right there on the helm, I suppose. And I do like this map. I think this map's pretty fun to play. Alright, so looking forward, friends. I've got 223k. I think I'm going to add a few more Pokemon. Cherubi. Okay. Got Patilil. Dunsparce. Okay, Dunsparce is... Got Ralts. Bet you Ralts is pretty powerful. Got Rock Ruff. Alright, so let's assess some of these new ones we have here. Double Shot. Fires projectiles at up to 2 enemies at once. Field Grass. Not bad. Double Shot. I like it. For you, again, Double Shot. Interesting that we got 2 double shots back to back. Dunsparce. Slow Splash. Projectiles explode in an area, dealing half damage to nearby enemies and slowing them for 2 seconds. Okay, cool. Mountain type that can slow. It's got cross range, though. Kind of hard to use. Ralts. Synchrony. Projectiles explode, okay. So another area of attack. Doesn't look like he gets all that powerful. Spreading the main targets. Okay, interesting. Okay. And then Rock Ruff. Tough Claws. Powered by 50% while on a mountain. Sets its critical chance to 100% while in tall grass. Really? 100% crit. So him with Farfetch'd is a pretty good one. Looks like he has an evolved form as well. I'm pretty compelled by that. I like his flexibility. His attack speed does increase. Range is, leaves a lot to be desired, but it looks like he can maybe get pretty strong. 100% crit chance is pretty crazy, man. So we got some good ones. We got some stuff to look forward to. Of course, let me know if you want to keep seeing the PokéPath TD. It's a fun game. I'm going to leave it on overnight again at the beginning of the next episode, as it's pretty much going to be typical. We'll have a bunch of cash to play around with. So you can always expect, a pretty nice bank drop at the beginning of each episode. And like I said before, let me know if I should consider some of these Pokemon that we have. Here's the roster once again. Got some fun ones. I think Spinda is definitely a revelation. You guys put me on the Spinda train for sure. And you were absolutely right. Spinda, fantastic. And yeah, I think just want to keep grinding. I want to see what a boss fight is like. Hopefully we can do that in the next episode. Spend just a moment on Route 1-1 and then transition to Route 1-3 to keep grinding up stars. Obviously 540 is the next mark. So, this has been another fun installment of PokéPath TD. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. Consider subscribing if you are new here as well. Let me know your thoughts and observations and recommendations in the comment section below. And thank you for spending some time on the channel today. So with that said, I'm going to get on out of here, but I'll be catching you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Breathe underwater like a
a fish! Yeah!